Kings and queens, hi, this is Nawana, founder and CEO of Woodsy Do. Just wanted to drop some information on you. The Lord just put this on my heart to share. In my corporate America job, I was hired on as a facilities administrator, and I worked that position as a contractor for 5 months. After 5 months, I was hired permanently as the global security analyst. Now, upon the end of that role, there was one thing that happened, and I didn't really think too much about it because there was so much going on because it happened during the pandemic around 2020. Was my layoff. Um, but the employer requested my password to my laptop. Now, being a global security analyst, you know not to provide your password. But considering I was going through the whole discrimination stuff, coming back from a 2-day medical sabbatical, um, that's something that you really have to think about when someone asks you for your password. Another thing to think about is the company that I work for. I was on client side, so it was a third party management company, facilities management company, and they were the ones who sent my laptop, which the company was based out of the UK, so that's where my laptop came from. So in the end, when they asked me for my password, I guess I was thinking along those lines, you're getting laid off, you're losing your job, they're telling you did a great job, they're going through the reorg, and at the same time, they're asking for your password. So if you know anyone that's in a tech role, our babies that are just starting out in tech, they're excited and it's fun. And I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed every moment of it because I was global. Make sure they know what to expect when it comes to a tech role. What does that mean exactly? When you haven't received a certification in it, is it in the book? What you're gonna go through? Um, so yeah, I want to definitely share my experience as much as I can. Uh, so much to download, but this is what the Lord put on my heart today was about that password. When you're exiting a tech role, really and truly, they shouldn't be asking for your password because IT has special credentials to get into those devices. Another thing that occurred was when, upon exit, um, remember I mentioned I was hired on as a facilities administrator, and I worked it as a contract role for 5 months before I was hired permanently as a global security analyst. But upon exit from the role, and when I looked at my performance appraisal, they changed it, my job title, from global security analyst to facilities administrator. So they took me backwards to when I was a contractor. So of course, going forward, if I were to apply for another job, it wouldn't they wouldn't recognize me as a global security analyst. The devil is a liar. I got a paycheck for global security analyst. I did the work, provided weekly security reports. So yeah, set on security calls, all the things. So no, that's on my resume. I was underpaid, but I did the work. That's usually our story for people of color. Do the work, and then I was replaced by two Caucasian males. First, a very nice gentleman that I had opportunity to communicate with. I never met them personally because they were in another state, but yeah. So I did all the work of multiple, and then they brought in a security consulting team, which comprised of two gentlemen. Um, yeah, back to that password. You don't have to release the password. That's something they already know. But me going through the whole discrimination and 2-day medical leave, coming back, um, plus I have reported discrimination to my employer. You know, that's something you have to think about. Share this with our young people starting out in tech. Anyone that's in there that doesn't know, you're stressed out. All of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, and by the way, we need your password." No, really, you don't. So much to look into. And if you can't get a lawyer, of course, the way they're pushing AI on us, that's who we have to resort to. And then we have to research it. We really shouldn't have to do that. We should be able to obtain some type of legal counsel. I just wanted to drop that on you guys. Hope you're having a blessed day. I'm in the process of trying to get moved out of this apartment complex that I'm currently residing in. It's going to be a lot of work. Well, take care, and I hope this helps someone.